Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rahullah Despansya. Okay, today I want to explain you about everyday life in the Soviet Union, resolving RunAroung. The author, Hendrik Smith, was head of the New York Times office in Moscow from 1971 to 1974. The following passage is adapted from Mr. Smith's book, The Region, which was published in 1976 by Quadrilateral or the New York Times Book Company. Number 1. I had heard about the consumer shortage before going to Moscow, but only when we got to shop there did the Russian consumer problem really have meaning for me. Consumers the word overrate in the lines, but Soviet lines have a special quality of their own. Particularly, the Soviet woman spent 2 woman hours a day in line, 7 days a week. Personally, I have none of people who stood in line 19 minutes to buy for pineapple and 3 hours to buy 3 large plates of cabbage, only to find the cabbage were gone as they approached the front of the line. Line can run from under 4 yard to nearly a mile. Some brand of our roads align people in Moscow signing up to buy routes. The line lasts today and night and run from across on road and apartment development. Number 2, in spite of all of this, the natural reaction of a Russian woman when she sees a line forming is to get in it immediately, even before she knows what is being sold. However, Soviet lines are more fluid than they appear. In most stores, for example, shoppers must stand in not one but 3 lines for any purchase. The first to select a purchase and find out is price. Okay, number 3. But in a dairy store on the morning, I found out that the game is both simpler and more complex than that. I went in to buy some cheese, butter, and bologna sauces, which were in 3 separate departments, each with its own line, 9 lines. Number 4. Very quickly thought I noticed that expired and shoppers were skipping in the first stage. They cased for the receipt. After studying prices, I did that too. Then I went to the cheese line, the longest, probably 20 people to get the worst over with first. I offered me to hold her place. She dared off to the butter and milk line. The cheese line was moving so slowly that she got her butter and milk and returned before we had advanced 3 feet. I decided to take the risk too, and I got back with my butter while the cheese line was still inching along. Number 5. Then it sudden Then it suddenly occurred to me that all over the store people were getting into line, holding pillars, leaving, returning. Everyone was using the cheat line as a base. That was why it was very moving. It kept expanding in the middle. So I got the man behind me to hold my place, and I went off to buy my bologna once again. It worked. It took me 22 minutes to buy butter, sausage, and cheese. But instead of being furious, I felt if I had beaten the system. Number 6. This competitive shopping gives an atmosphere of tension to Russian life. The people burst into store and bump into each other with face set in competitive expressions. You have to understand, said a kind gray-haired person, that for as long as we can remember, shopping has been a struggle. Life is a struggle. Number 7. There is hardly any effective advertising to help solve American complaints about the constant